Hey guys, it's Erin with Happily We Go, here for another Inspired By challenge. This week we have a spooktacular layout brought to you by Gerda Van Dijk. I will link her original video down below so you could check it out and give her some love. Now, if you haven't noticed, I'm not using a journal this week, but if you keep watching, you'll see what I intend to do. So I'm just going to start off with some black cardstock and using the Dylusions paint pots. I will put everything I use down in the description box below, so you can be sure to check it out there. Now the key here is just to layer, layer, layer. I took that baby wipe and I just kind of dabbed around to give it a little bit of texture and some dimension. And then I'm going to grab the Dylusion sprays and I'm going to start spraying those. I apologize for my arm reaching across the screen. I totally forgot to prep those and pull all my sprays out. And then I'm also going to use some Lindy spray too, because you know me, I got to have a little bit of sparkle on all of my layouts. Then I'm going to grab this awesome half a tree stamp from Lavinia Stamps, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that all the way around the entire page. And if you notice right here, I did not get the best impression, but that's okay, because if it's a little off, sort of adds to the spooky feel. So make sure you dry your trees. I don't know which ink you'll use, but I used the Versafine Onyx black ink. Why? I don't know. It was just the first one that I grabbed, and it didn't really dry. So that's why I was drying it. So make sure it's dry before you move on to the next step. And that step is using this awesome stamp from Creative Embellishments. It's like this cool dotted effect. And I'm just going to use the Distress Oxide inks in the purple, the green, and the orange. So I got these cool dies from Tim Holtz. They're a Frankenstein and a zombie, and so I thought those would be awesome to use for this week because, you know, Halloween's coming and I got to get a start on all those cards. So you just go ahead and die cut it normal, and then I like to use a toothpick to go ahead and push out all the pieces. And then we're going to take my favorites. I still am obsessed with these, the Distress Stains, and I'm just going to use a whole bunch of different green ones and just paint up my little dude. So while my little dude dries, we're going to go ahead and cut up the background. We're going to cut it to 4 by 5 1/4, so that way it will get glued down on the front of a card, and it's going to leave us a nice 1/4 inch frame around the outside so we can mat it. Now, I don't like to waste paper, so I'm going to take my Oxide inks and I'm going to go all the way around the front of the card for my mat. And that way I know it'll match the paints on the card front. So either use a scrap piece of paper or wash your hands, because as you can see I got little dirty fingerprints all over my mat, but that's okay. It kind of adds to the distressed feel of the card. Now I did 1 card in orange and 1 card in green, and then you'll have 4 card fronts that you can use, so you can choose which design looks better with which color. And then the same with your monsters. And then you go ahead and glue them all down. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some Sookwang double-sided tape on the backs of my little monsters, because I love that tape and it will stick down really, really well. But before you glue down your monsters, make sure that you stamp the inside of your card first, or else it might be a little difficult to do. So once you've decided which monster you want where, you can go ahead and glue them down. Now I didn't go all the way around the whole monster, but I'm going to use some of my art glitter glue, and that will help with the little tiny pieces, so you don't have to try and get the double-sided tape on those too, and then kind of figure out where you want to have them and just press them on down. So just because we have the art journaling challenge doesn't mean that you have to create an art journal every week. We would love to just have you join in and do whatever you feel inspired to create. If you would like to join us on the challenge, be sure to check out the blog at happilywego.com. And as always, thanks for watching.